Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. It is July 30th, 2019. 30 is all about the Four of Wands, which is the Union card, and also the day adds up to the 49-4, which is the Nine of Cups. So two very positive cards, one about getting your wish and being happy with yourself on your own, and the other about having that structure of happiness and joy to celebrate with others. The 9 and the 4 are very significant here, actually. The 30 is, of course, a 3, so that's about being authentic to yourself, expressing yourself in that way. And it has source behind it being the 30 with the 0. It's also about just coming together and being social with one another and being in joy. And then again, the 49 is the 4 of stability. So we have the 4 twice and then the 9 and the 3 energy. I'm going to get right into the read. I did want to bring up something I forgot to tell you, not yesterday, but the day before the read. I did a quick meditation to see if anything came up. And I saw Batman running to first and maybe to second base. I don't know if he made it there to second base. And then just turned around all of a sudden, then just like beelined home to home base. So instead of walking away again, he was coming home. So that was a great energy. I did do a quick meditation just now, and I was getting the circular energy like developing into a cyclone, and then seeing the cyclone from the top down to be inside the 0 point. So let's see what comes up with that during the read today. I did a read for the masculine today at 8:44 this morning, 44 to 45, which was interesting because that's the not the hour, but the minutes of my birth are 44 to 45. The major arcana for the masculine were just the Strength card and Reflection. And before the read, the Lovers came up, so they were there too. I'll show you that in a second. I just want to make sure there wasn't something else here that I want to tell you. Oh, and I was out cleaning up the trash from my neighbor's trash. Always gets all over my property, and the lawn guys were here yesterday, so I was outside picking up some of the pieces that were all over my lawn, putting them in the trash. And as I was walking up the driveway, right at the Y in the road, because I have a shared driveway, I found a feather. So that was kind of cool. Right at the Y in the road between where our driveways split to each other's houses. So about, getting off that Y in the road, making a decision one way or the other, but don't stay in the middle, which I'm probably guilty of myself. So it goes for all of us. Besides the major arcana, the cards were 3 pentacles, 2 wands, 3 swords, and 1 cup. So mostly swords and pentacles. And then the core cards were the Page of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. After the read, the Page of Swords came up. So all together, we had 3 pages here, so a lot of kid energy, a king and a knight. King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and then the Pages of Wands, Pentacles, and then the Page of Swords comes in at the end. The message here and the coding were all around several cards here. Moderation, forgiveness, communication, intuition, spirituality, and patience for the Divine Masculine. And don't forget, this is for the masculine within the feminine as well. The numbers that came up were 3, 6, 9, as well as adding 7 to that was 16 of the Tower. So the Hermit in the Tower, and then 77 of the 9 of Pentacles, the Sovereign, 33 of the 7 of Wands, which is the Jesus or Christ vibration, and is also standing up for yourself without reacting, staying calm in all situations. And then the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sequence came up, which is the second half of the numbers, the whole half of the cycle, the ending half. And then 35 came up, which is the Wounded Warrior or Mary Magdalene energy as well. 37 is the King of Cups. The message here was simply stated: fidelity in taking the high road to support, which includes shading and windbreaking, like on a sailboat, but supporting the Trinity by seeing the key of the loyal servant of the Divine Feminine lover. Okay, and in regards to all those things, the moderation, the forgiveness, the communication, intuition, spirituality, and patience, the masculine's being called to see the commitment she's had to him, the fidelity in her taking the high road to support the Trinity, the two of them and the third energy, to see the key about being a loyal servant to be humble and loving no matter what, of the divine feminine lover. Okay, so that was a very nice message today. The tiger's eye protects the 5 of flames and the 3 of crystals in a fight or conflict. It can also be competition here. So we have the 5 of flames here. This is the 3 of pentacles. It's specifically called Trinity in this deck. This is the Sirian Starseed deck. And then this is actually the Lover's card. And then the Strength card on top, which is a tiger instead of a lion. So I normally get Leo and Sagittarius from that card. But the tiger's eye protects the 3 of flames and 3 of crystals in a fight, okay, where conflict, competition at work, and it can be anywhere. It can be work, church, any place of co-creation, school, or place where you do art. This place where the lovers need to be strong to temper their inner beast, or shut their mouth, or not stick their butt where it doesn't belong, or in other words, ego. The tiger showing determination, but not allowing themselves to speak their lion's heart. Okay, so you like the play on words there about the tiger shows determination with the eye on the prize, right? But doesn't allow themselves to speak from their heart, their lion's heart. Or in other words, changing their stripes that are supposedly set in stone, right? How does a tiger change their stripes? Well, if it's a lion's heart, then they're not really tiger stripes. That's an illusion. Not wanting to admit they were wrong. Cutting off their nose to spite their face is rather being wrong and unhappy than admit it and admit that you learned something new about yourself that actually makes you happy. So it's that Fonzie thing, not wanting to admit you're wrong and spiting yourself. So you take your happiness away just to prove that you're right. But that person doesn't fit the family, right? So the divine feminine for the masculine doesn't fit in their family or their friends or their work or their societal mold as what's right, proper, beautiful, tasteful, or whatever their constraints are. The loving divine feminine angel is being called a wackadoodle, crazy, dumb, ugly, fat, all the negative adjectives that can be mustered by those who want to keep the divine masculine under their thumb to serve them. Or maybe it's just him still not loving himself. Thus the divine feminine also could love herself more as well, because you reflect each other and you're not in union until you're loving yourself enough where you stick when you come together. So 921 is where I stopped there. 9 is the hermit, 21 is the world, the completion point. I never said, this was coming up from my personal perspective, just a comment, and I wasn't going to tell you guys, but then I was guided I should anyway. So just that I've never said a negative word about my divine masculine, except about my own broken heart in relation to him. Yet my family, whether they get it or not, have only shown love or stayed detached, and my kids are the most amazing, supportive kids, fully supporting me, and have learned so much of their own shadow work, and of course me from them as well. So strong, both of them, it warms my heart that they follow their hearts because of what I've taught them, and their own guidance as well. And they love my twin too. I can't speak on their behalf of their anger or resentment for having to deal with me and my dark night process. It wasn't easy for them either. Or my twin to have to give up comfort and their kids at the same time, and then have to admit that he was connecting with me energetically. And who would understand that? So as a divine feminine, we completely understand why it's difficult for the masculine, that the masculine knew the divine feminine could feel him and yet still chose not to be with her. That was at 931, the hermit and that 5 of wands, which is that expansion or conflict energy. And then the masculine obviously is still staying with other women who he's having an intimate relationship with, knowing that the divine feminine can feel him in this. And that's where the betrayal comes in, and why the divine feminine gets so hurt by this process. And, this is our lesson to learn to rise above that and forgive no matter what. Doesn't mean we have to live with abuse, all right? That's not what I'm saying. It's about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, all right? So we are the example of the twins coming together to show other people what love can be, how we can forgive each other and get past our differences and the things that have hurt us and the different perspectives that we have. And this is why there's conflict, because we come from opposite perspectives to the same point. That's what the twin dynamic is. So the masculine knowing that the divine feminine feels everything and loves him, could make him look like a monster, and who could face that? And why would the divine feminine be okay with that? So other people look at you like you're crazy, because why would you want to be with someone who did that to you? Well, she isn't, but the shadow is hers. So the masculine's her shadow, and she's his shadow. So loving your own darkness is what brings it into the light. What difference would it make yelling and crying at your partner to stop abusing you, which means you are abusing yourself? So if you yell at your masculine, you're yelling at yourself. Why have you not spoken to me? So you have to turn that on yourself. Why have you not spoken to yourself? Or why are you hurting you by not loving yourself and being in joy? So, it's a very hard dynamic, and it's not for sissies, this journey, not one bit. So why would you want to scream and cry when you could be enjoying your life, your friends, your children, nature, and the things you love to do, or just loving and accepting yourself no matter how you fall or fail to get up? Okay? So, because you deserve love no matter what. 937 is the Hermit and the King of Cups. Loving and accepting yourself no matter how you fall or fail to get up. Loving yourself no matter what. Split lies and standing in the truth. Defending deception or strong at the new moon, but not being loving because they're in fear. Cutting through the crap of the Empress and the King of Wands reversed, a conflict at work or place of co-creation over affection of a lover, or Sagittarius or Leo is about to pounce, unable to hold back much longer, right? The beast that they've been mastering, moving to peace, peaceful waters, or clearing the dock, anchoring the boat, so to say. The King of Cups is present to dysfunction of their family or loss of family or family money or legacy, but no love there, only fighting and conflict, competition, coming together at work, lovers being strong and taking on the world. But where is the love? So this may have been the template of the masculine is karmic, and taking on the world together. But where is the love? So where has it brought them to after all these years? Perpetually standing on a landmine, waiting for it to explode. Kip and the human explosives detector to diffuse each situation as it comes in. Policying the children, right? Or policing the children and policymaker. But where is the love? The love. There's no stress or the no anxiety. Others wanting to make your life easier. The love. Where's the love? Sorry, I keep saying that. So, with no stress or anxiety, others wanting to make your life easier, for the masculine needs to be his perspective, because he's always been trying to make everybody else's life easier. But now recognizing that no matter how much policing he does or how much policy making he does, if they don't learn to stand on their own, he's never going to have peace, right? So in order for others to make your life easier, you must relinquish control. You must allow, accept, and release. The cowboy turned green platform with bare feet. The Sagittarius and/or Leo trying to take family down or take their money. The Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, Sagittarius are all coming up in this family situation. Leo and/or Sag barking orders or just the evil eye. The attack dog always watching until the Empress took over for the King of Wands reversed. Or Taurus, Leo, even more vicious, or the King of Wands fought to get the Divine Masculine out than the Empress to take over, and now he's very sorry about that because she doesn't take his crap. The Knight of Wands reversed, holding back passions or being a player in marriage, one extreme or the other, depending on your twin template. Allowing the swords to fall out of the back to be the patient angel in a divine marriage, the twins, and tiptoe through the tulips with me. Foot testing the water, one step at a time, to meet their master, or married patient angel until death has released him from pain, the promised bliss, if he stays wedded. And that has to do with a religious template of, till death do us part. The promise that if you stay married and faithful, that you will receive that promised bliss at the end of your life. So we turn the page, or pretending to be holy, the good husband to get into heaven, and yet saying he's holding back his passions, and yet always energetically and sexually connected to his twin, and must admit his sin or her acceptance of abuse. So it goes both ways because it's the victim perpetrator template. The mask of deception covering true love, that the worst is over of holding back. Time for angels to commit to themselves. That family and money is ego and divine love is real. Carrying the burden of caught with your pants down, or caught in the woods, or sneaking around in third-party situation, as the tower came out. Jealous rage, crime of passion, burning incinerator, or burning any evidence, or burning two bodies. Cremation being a religious sin. So again, all these things are bringing out wounds that need to clear. A crime of passion, threatened if ever caught cheating, or present to romance or flame. If they ever find out, the Page of Cups reversed would make it her life's work to make him pay, or vice versa. The rejected, thus victim, crying and feeling sorry for self, crybaby, spoiled brat, turns it around in song and script and literature, makes a creation out of it. The Page of Cups upright is pure love, but reversed is rejected is a very sad song, yet it can be beautiful. Some of the most beauty I've ever seen was in the sad eyes of the people I love. Unable to subdue his burning desire for his twin flame, his perfect match that he rejected as trash, how to turn that Page of Cups back around, how to express, may just be a masterpiece to counteract that proposition. And if you break down proposition, it's pose, IT, ion. Positive pose of chakra system, toggling up with connection. Having a little extra something to offer. A red shoe and matching bow tie, a thing of the past. She's now with someone else. He wants her to burn in hell, or asking why about the past while she's now enjoying someone else in bed and pregnant. After all, he sacrificed. Robin Hood and Maid Marian kissing with flame, always right behind him, giving up his flame for her so she could run off with another man and get married, or vice versa. The divine masculine that did the same thing to the divine feminine. Or his karmic got pregnant with another man's child, or had an abortion without telling him of it, or got pregnant on purpose so he couldn't leave. If he doesn't love himself first, he leaves it open to chance, to circumstance, or in other words, to another's control. And then parenting comes up, so this could all apply to children as well. 63, which is the 9 of Swords, right? The suffering that parents do on behalf of their children. And then at 1029, which is happens to be my son's birthday. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. 29 is the 3 of Wands, being present to your good fortune. Self-discipline, 41. 41 is the Ace of Cups. Or dealing with kids, their jealous partners, or pregnancies, taking it all back, you to your childhood and what you went through already. And do you really ever want to go back to that? I don't think so. But definitely could be dealing with your children, with jealous boyfriends or girlfriends and pregnancies and all that stuff. So it could relate to the masculine, but also could relate to the children of both. And again, this is for the masculine within the feminine as well. So as I turn the page at 1029, the Holy Grail, dumped in the past, could almost taste it, but finally realized it wasn't that at all. Okay, so that he could almost taste the Holy Grail, and thinking that his karmic was almost the Holy Grail, but wasn't quite there, and was always trying to get them to change, but finally realized it wasn't that at all. It either is the Holy Grail or it's not. There's no in between. Starting over in love with connection extreme, present to ships sailing away with their tail between their legs, limp and loss of money, family, and or legacy, or all the treasure on that ship went away with the ship that sailed. It wasn't worth anything anyway when came to market. Fake, limp, and without value, the Viking ship with stinger or laser sails away, the Scorpio stinger, as reaping rewards of a true connection, a divine spark. Rowing quickly in the night, and actually wrote day by accident, so it could be rowing in the day as well. Day and night, night and day. By secret messenger, the frog lay in waiting to pounce when she gets there. Red Riding Hood in soft blue and fluffy white, trim, angelic by the full moon? Or is that the sunrise in the mist? Or someone is caught making a getaway with the goods? Softly, slowly, so hold me closer, tiny dancer coming up again. The frog spying to see where she goes at night, when waters are calm, what she actually has, and what she spends money on. Or karmic or divine feminine is going somewhere sneaky at night, when it's calm and all the world's asleep for such a simple man, the world's so deep for such a simple man, wondering where she's going with all this. Grounding by the water, saving yet spending with family. Does she see his sharp DNA looking through, or does she see his sheep DNA looking through the rung of the ladder, collecting samples of DNA from the family tree, a money tree perhaps? Is she doing that all for me? Instead of counting sheep or sleeping, up day and night, night and day, to discover the secret, collecting fruit of their labor and feathers, as finances only dribbling in. There is something in the head of the sheep. Literally, the twin sheep, possibly evidence to support if it's a twin or not. Two sheep watching the divine feminine collect parts of the tree. One sheep connected, the other sheep out of the loop. Seeing things through the same DNA, the twins, the masculine and the feminine, the same way, so familiar and yet so far, because they're opposite sides of the same coin. Always searching at night, the sheep wondering where she went. The turtle stuck in the glass ceiling, unable to get past a certain point in the glass ceiling. And I'd gotten that the other day, where the masculine was pinned against the glass ceiling with 10 swords in his back on this side, and then 10 wands in his front through the ceiling, keeping him pinned to the glass ceiling. So being stabbed from behind and then receiving the energetic downloads from above, and can't get past the glass ceiling because of that being pinned from both sides. Why is the divine feminine harvesting and he not? Him still seeing himself as the family sheep matching the karmic, as opposed to the meat of the lamb, the beautiful, tasty, and for special occasions. But you get to have that every day with your twin if you recognize your own beauty within. Not shy and meek, but love and strong, with strange little characters around you, smiling, the squirrel in the tree that's a treasure. And that's how you can see it now. At 10:59, it's the Wheel of Fortune, and at 5 of Swords, the fear, the war within, circling around in fear and stressing yourself out, finding that with love, that all things are possible. Peace. The eye of the tiger, the thrill of the peaceful night, without family deception, rejection, or upside-down parenting. Finding peace, being strong with dysfunctional family or those who don't agree or resonate with you. Committed to rejection and the old ways of doing things. Children being seen and not heard. Shy, quiet, keep to themselves. Then them ready to explode, all of a sudden, with creativity, along with happy endings. So before I go on to recently, I'm going to show you around the board so you can see where all the cards are. So we have the underlying energy of the Strength card there, which is actually the Tiger in the Sirian Starseed deck. The recent past is the 7 of Crystals, or 7 of Pentacles, which for me is the Divine Feminine's heart, and you see why it's the E tower, because there's an E at the top there. And then we have the foundation of the Master of Flames, which is like the King of Wands. He's very shamanistic in this deck. And then the central energies is that masked boy with the burning desire, the Page of Wands or Flames, challenged by the Adept of Crystals or the Knight of Pentacles. He's got an offer, a proposal there, but he is reversed in this read today. The underlying energies here, you see there, and going across, we have what's crowning is that Page of Pentacles or Page of Crystals. They're called Seekers in this deck. And this is actually reversed in this. So the Page and the Knight of Pentacles were both reversed in this read. Then as we get here, in the near future is the Risk card, that 7 of Swords or Orbs card. And you can see that only one orb is seen here. from the passing of the downloads. And that's reversed in this deal as well. The masculine sees himself as the hermit, which is also reversed today. You see all the romance angel cards there. And then around the masculine is the Three of Cups, which is upright today. And then the blocks he needs to clear, which you can't see at all, it's that Six of Orbs, the Six of Swords, which was reversed today, so no peace. And then coming out here towards the end is the Nine of Orbs, or Nine of Swords. And then the Page of Swords upright, and then the Eight of Swords, which is reversed, so release. And then the Two of Cups at the top, which is reversed today. Okay, and you see the Queen of Wands with separation there, right above that Two of Cups card, right? So it ends on the Page of Wands, and then the side energies ending up on the Two of Swords, which is the knowing. So as we get back to the rest of the read here. Recently, the Divine Feminine's heart, or the Seven of Pentacles reversed, implementing a plan to get out of the E-Tower, to perhaps be a bit sneaky, or come clean, or offer more love, even if ignored, to hermits back if needed until they come out and express their feelings to you about coming together in joy, about third energy, imbalance, unfairness, dumping all attachments in a downturn or retrograde, paying out debts to get rid of what they don't need. The foundation is the King of Wands reversed, who may be a poor student or is now seeing himself as resistant to learning or in need of an opportunity or money or to walk away or go within. A near death with world upside down, keeping it together at work, clinging to another world outside of work, church or school or creative place. A sound studio is coming up as well, meeting with an architect or a gym. No energy left, but almost at the finish line. Centrally for the masculine is the Page of Wands with burning desire, comes to work with truth, a message from the High Priestess, putting up with the King of Swords reverse, aligning with money again, a streetcar named Desire, a very long train, 6 gold coins long. The Page of Wands inspired this time in the retrograde, slow motion rewind, picking apart the details of messages sent by the High Priestess in order to understand the process. So here was coming through, masculines going through the old communications of the Divine Feminine with them to now understand what they know now. The challenge being the Knight of Pentacles reversed, with the Emperor and the Empress both upright today, the Wounded Warrior reversed, giving up, Chariot taken down by the war, defending their brokenness, no matter who it chases away, the stubborn refusing to move or work, offering love to the Empress and the Emperor, coming out of dumping everything and still offering love. Love rendered them helpless, so they had to give up, can no longer defend themselves to love offered, no longer a false pretense, getting over loss, sadness, guilt, and regret to offer new life to lovers, giving your blessing to learn for the both of you, or working to learn together now. Having avoided the complete transformation for too long, the Queen of Swords broken by the past, returning or by going or looking back at the past, silenced by bleeding out, but then having let all the swords fall out after that. For love, allowing the Holy Communion or communication to plant their seed, so allowing the masculine to come forward at 11:31. So dropping energetically, coming out of the dark night and into your joy to release the masculine to go through his own part of the journey. So they can't start it until you release them energetically. So 11:31 is justice and that conflict energy again of expansion. And the patient angel during the dark night of the King of Pentacles now speaking his own truth. And now crowning is the Page of Pentacles reversed, who doesn't believe they can manifest on their own without help. The dream girl with new passion for rejected child, or the shy one, the meek. The Hierophant giving blessings to those who seek, but behind the Hierophant is the King of Swords reversed, rejected, injustice, very hurt Libra, seeking peace through truth. Children of the Corn come up here, as well as the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, both reversed, under the thumb of Aquarius leader with a passion for shy children or those in need of help. Okay, so there's definitely a creepy person coming up here. And then the Page of Cups reversed grows up to be a man, the King of Swords reversed, and things are not in his favor. Only peace he ever has is in the night. The King of Pentacles devil, needy for attention. The Capricorn successful, but attached to the devil wave, under the radar. Underground cult leader, or attached to a devilish leader, or unwanted attention from the devil himself, his own worst enemy, or childhood friends from the hood, who keep sucking him down into it, the dark places, because he feels a loyalty to them. He's been through so much. Robin Hood, steal from the rich and give to the poor, or to themselves. But they're no longer poor. Now they're the same as the people they stole from, as those they take from. Capricorn, Taurus, and King of Pentacles were coming up, as well as Taurus, Aquarius, the creepy one. Both could have Libra in chart, or Libra once the victim, but now the perpetrator, as things turn around for them. Hurt people. Injustice of the King of Cups, with a need to learn to manifest on his own without help, or two Page of Pentacles, both reversed, back to back, learning the same lesson, like the twins, while the Page of Cups hurts. Okay? So that can be lots of different scenarios. The two Pages of Pentacles back to back could be the twins, or it could be the masculine's karmic, or a best friend from childhood, and then the karmic or the divine feminine left out is the Page of Cups reversed. But everyone gets hurt in that situation. Watch out for kids being taken by a man promising them stardom. That definitely came up in this read. These energies are, these children are major targets for cult leaders and manipulators. The injustice of the King of Cups, the loving man needing to manifest or learn a lesson, but is stubborn about it. Regarding near-death experience of the Queen of Swords, reversed in the past, financially draining him, and that could be his kids, or karmic, or self with spending addiction. Giving up the battle with the Queen of Wands reversed, coddling him, or giving him the silent treatment, that the worst is over in release of the pain, not yours to own, just love to gain. Expressing passions and flames stuck in DNA, smack in the middle of the ladder up. Soon, coming clean about one thing for the masculine, and that's the divine feminine. The Leo and or ego moving or ending the marriage in the home, recovering from abandonment wounds. The divine feminine on her own, now being chased down by the divine masculine to accept his big fat gold coin. After taming his beast, the Leo and or ego, self-happiness had been eluding him, and the card was literally hiding behind the Magician reverse, which is really dark and evil. But self-happiness had been eluding him, but now I just found it when I found that card, and it was upright. The Nine of Cups was upright behind the Magician reversed, which is a major, dark manipulator, but it stems from insecurity. All manipulation comes from insecurity. So the Nine of Cups was hiding behind the Magician reversed, receiving an offer of love. So the Magician was reversed because he didn't feel worthy of that offer of love. And so, they pawn it off. It can come off as arrogance, protecting themselves. But insecurity is not allowing him to receive the love. Now happy on his own throne, alone besides the Emperor and the Empress, and that could be arrogance for some, giving up the battle with him. So his parents may have been in a war with him about the divine feminine or whatever it was, and they finally have given up or conceded to him, and his own ego or Leo making an offer to the divine feminine or to poor people in general who are left out in the cold. So it may be maybe the masculine wanted to start something new with his job or his career or his family, and they were fighting him on it, but he finally got them to concede to maybe giving to a certain charity or helping the journey for the twins. But there's something there which they finally conceded, but their perspective on the situation may be wrong. So soon as said Leo moving and coming clean about the divine feminine, and there could be, this is where the karmic is coming clean. So it could be Leo, ego energies, but also could be a karmic coming clean about things they may have done as far as destruction to the divine feminine, to property or whatever they've done. I've definitely heard lots of different situations there, front steps being messed up, eggings, all sorts of things. But coming clean, and this can be any karmic. It doesn't have to be the partner of the divine masculine. It can be the karmic, and it can be mommy's minions. It can be children, it could be friends, it can be parents of either one. So all of those karmics come in here. But someone's coming clean about the divine feminine and whatever this physical destruction was, a property by the emperor. So this was coming up as I don't believe this was a masculine here. I believe this is parents of the masculine or the parent-in-laws, or it could be an uncle as well, but it was definitely an emperor or who actually did this destruction, or downloads passed on to the divine masculine. So any downloads the feminine received who had emailed the masculine, he may have interceded and blocked any communications from getting to the masculine. So some messages may have been missed due to the emperor father or father-in-law, uncle, whatever it was, or grandfather, blocking them. The divine masculine is the hermit reverse coming out, making announcement to implement something to the Queen of Pentacles, either to support her cause or giving the Queen of Pentacles everything she wants in a divorce, so she'll leave without option, dysfunctional family, or great loss of money and or legacy. Okay, so there was him given no choice, since family wouldn't or couldn't help him, had to relinquish his savings to her. Around him, or how he's seen, is the Three of Cups upright with a Tower event, everyone out, as the Queen of Swords reversed with happy family, broken but working hard to fix it, suddenly throwing everything out, unable to move until things are cleared out of the house. The divine masculine clearing blocks of the Six of Orbs, reversed, which means no peace, trying or in great need of peace, insecurities and manipulation needed to pull in love, no self-happiness. So we're saying here, insecurities and manipulation. This is the block he needs to clear. Then he thinks he needs to manipulate in order to pull in love. And we're saying, no, masculine, it's about self-happiness and telling the world about it. And CE was coming up right there, sealed with a kiss. UAL came up, or AL ship. And then I was getting jail ship seal as well. So jail, and actually jail beach came up for me at some point too. So it's like sealed with a kiss. And this could definitely be considered a prison place for the masculine and feminine to come together until they're able to work it out, like a cruise or something like that, where they can't escape each other, but sealed with a kiss, one prisoner together until it's worked all out. This could also have to do with real jail. There's definitely been people in jail. I've heard that a million times as well. Ending suffragette city, loving Empress Angel, patient, while Dark Knight or King of Pentacles speaks about news, messages, and devil touching butt cheek. Patience, spiritual partnership, intuition and communication, forgiveness and moderation, but even more so, the happy ending, happily ever after. And slow down of the retrogrades to release from prison or from jail, whether that's in your head or in the physical. Remember, the retrogrades have to do with making things go in slow motion so it can be seen much more clearly and you can go back to fix things. So the Empress and the Devil meet in the middle. Angel dying to talk to the King of Pentacles and vice versa. The Page of Swords spreading the word, a twinkle of powerlessness, of past bad memories or the past returning, or problem children, draining finances. There's a release from fear, anxiety, and stress to the Two of Cups reverse, which is a disconnect from those who no longer serve you. The Queen of Wands specifically comes up here reversed in a separation and or heartbreak without peace, in limbo and disconnect, refusing to work or leave. Present to suffering, but now over that and truly inspired, the masculine. Rest with end of the battle, so finally getting some rest to meditate or just relax, whatever, with the Emperor drained or sick. The Emperor may have done this to the masculine, blocking his communications or performing destruction to the divine feminine. After this coming out, this Emperor drained or sick or defenseless to the Fool's love, and that can then be the masculine as well, tripping up to break patterns and ground and recovery of finances. The Queen of Cups, or her quest to correct inequity and be balanced in their knowing, and that was at 1221. And 1221 is the Hanged Man and the World, the completion, the coming full circle. So we turn the page, it's 1222. 22 is the Fool. It's taking that leap of faith. So strength, Leo, Sagittarius, and or ego of the King of Wands reversed, coming out to celebrate. And celibate was coming up too because I spelled that wrong. Or come together in joy to clean out the house, implementing with the divine feminine's heart, inspired, the masculine, and challenged by stubbornness, being sneaky but coming clean about lack of peace, a need for opportunity to learn or to make money or to get money in order to start what they want to do, or needing money to help kids with schooling or college, whatever they lost from a breakup, while the purging and suffering to get word out about the release from prison and disconnect, or the strength of conflict at work with lovers, with Leo, Sagittarius, ego, and the divine feminine's heart, giving out. The King of Wands reversed, inspired by those in need of help, opportunity, or education, challenged by the stubbornness or refusal to move or work, coming out clean after lots of suffering, joyful time, clearing out the house to cleanse their broken spirits, right? So a lot of physical work sometimes is very cleansing for the broken spirit or any spirit. After some masculines may have experienced party after party after party, depending on what their template was and their addictions, and no peace in the house. And that could be because of kids as well. Spreading the word, gossip, and bad memories to release himself from jail of a partnership and a complete disconnect. So this was definitely coming up with the Queen of Wands reversed there. And yes, that's the read. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you to see what now comes up. So everyone take a deep breath. It is July 30th, 2019. 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 For everyone watching, in the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Okay. So let's see what comes out here. Okay. So the Nine of Cups reversed comes up, which can be that arrogance. It can be not being happy on your own, and maybe you've been here already, and this is just realizing you found happiness on your own, and now you no longer want to be alone. So let's see what else comes up with it. Aha! Here we have the Two of Cups. I thought so. Okay, this is someone no longer wanting to be alone and wanting to come together. And the cups, the Nine of Cups usually represents the masculine, as opposed to the Nine of Pentacles usually represents the feminine coming into her sovereignty. Okay, and then we have the King of Wands, and he's upright, so that's the man of passion, and he's he's looking back. He's like, Okay. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed, which is getting over all of the grief, getting over not letting go of the third baton to get to the fourth leg of the race. This is letting go and getting to the fourth leg, which is great. These three are coming up together. They're a little sticky here. The Ace of Wands, the Strength card reversed, and then the Seven of Wands reversed. So there's a lot of passion right here, right? But there may be some fear because their weakness of their passion and feeling defenseless to the Divine Feminine and offering that passion, right? May not feel like he can control himself, like is where he can by himself, maybe a little bit fearful that he won't be able to control himself when he sees the Divine Feminine. Okay, defenseless to the energies. This can just be energetics coming in, but it can be also feeling defenseless to its attacks. So maybe worried that feminine may yell at him and he'll be defenseless to it, you know. So, but this is beautiful, actually. Then we have the Ten of Wands, which is the confession, the dropping of all the burdens. This is beautiful, guys. Letting go of all that hard work. Allowing the swords to fall out of his back. This is beautiful, right? See, that's like, see how the visual of him being pinned to the glass ceiling? The way the two cards came together was another one with the 10 swords above him on the other side of the glass ceiling. So this is beautiful. All right, you have these two. That's all the worst part. It's the end of it. The worst is over, done. Dropped all of the hard work, to go to the next cycle and dropped all of the swords out of their back. That's the bliss of letting go. And then we have the Three of Wands coming out, being present to the beauty around him, even if there's nothing out there. He knows it's all in here. And then Destiny. This is really beautiful, guys. Some clouds have definitely cleared since this morning. I actually had a little meet with another twin, so that may have done the trick there. She's a really beautiful soul. And remember here with the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Sphinx up there schooling the bird, right? So that's always your guides and angels keeping you in check. Don't worry. No fear. They're always there to guide you, no matter what you do. Don't feel like you've done something wrong or you're not doing enough. You always get the guidance to help pick yourself back up when you fall, all right? The Sphinx is always there. The Akashic records and your guides and your synchronicities, okay? So here you have, this is funny because we had the Nine of Cups reversed and now we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is the masculine and feminine, both in their sovereignty, which have turned upside down because they're both ready to come together. They both no longer want to be alone. They realize that it's not about, that sovereignty isn't about being alone and independence. It's about knowing who you are truly and authentically before you come together with someone else, so you never lose yourself. There we go. And Spirit's connecting with me on that one. Okay? Happiness, the sun, energy, being like naked children running around, riding bareback if you want to. Can't be very comfortable, but look at that. Beautiful. Getting that as the central sun as opposed to our sun. Then we have the Knight of Cups, which has to do with, you know, when he's upright, he's doing the right thing. He's loving to everyone. Some people may take that the wrong way. But when it comes up reversed, it's being stubborn, choosing not to love out of ego. They're just warning us of this because we all get stubborn because none of us like to be pushed or told what to do. We all are very open and loving people, but we don't like to be told what we have to do, right? Because we have to come from our own guidance. So don't cut off your nose to spite your face by not giving love because you feel like someone's trying to control you. You've learned by being sovereign. The answer is always the same. You always present yourself every moment in your heart with full love on board, no matter who you come out to face. You be your loving self. And if they're not resonating with that, then they'll say so and walk away, or then you'll walk away because you're not going to let the energies get heated. That's always the answer, not to be this, but to be this and say, I am love. If you don't accept my love, that's fine. I have plenty of other places to go and people to love. So I'll see you later. God bless you. And he goes, boom, 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 boom. Okay? That's all you have to do. Don't be, the Knight of Cups reversed is just fear. You're afraid, you're being afraid of giving love because you're afraid of getting hurt. Well, when you're in your sovereignty and your full power, you know you can't get hurt because no matter what they do, all you do is walk away. If they want to work on their wounds and heal themselves as well, they're welcome to come back at any time. But no one deserves to be abused or neglected or unloved. Okay? It's about loving. That's what the loving yourself first is about. When you get like that, you go back within, right? Walk away and go within and center yourself again. And then you're ready to love again. But sometimes you need to separate from people who no longer resonate for your highest good. Okay? That's when love rains on you because you hope that you'd be able to help them out, but you have to allow people to help themselves. You have to teach them the tools, and then they have to learn on their own. That's how we all best learn, is on our own, from our own mistakes. So sometimes we have to separate to allow others to learn, but that doesn't mean it's permanent. Many of them will come back into your space, okay, if they choose to. If they don't choose to raise in consciousness, then that's the way it is. You know, why do you want any negative energy in your space? You don't. Okay, and this is being clear. All the information's out there, so if someone walks away, all right, you have to both respect each other's positions. Even if it makes you sad, so the Queen of Cups comes up reverse, right? So sometimes we have to speak the truth and it will hurt another's feelings. But you can do it with love. You don't have to be mean about it. If it hurts their feelings, then now they need to go away, right? Dum, 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 dum. I'm mad, I'm crying, or whatever. And then she realizes that they were right because they were telling the truth, and comes back and says, reverse, this is funny. I can't face you, but you were right, and I'm sorry, right? So this is coming back later to say, you're right, I was wrong, and but it really hurt my feelings, and I really want to work things out. So now at least they can come back and talk together in a nice way, okay? And detox the past and all the things that have hurt, because that was just the dark. It wasn't love, it wasn't real. That was fear. This is just all fear. Letting go of the fear, right? We don't need these chains anymore, and that's where this is the detox, the letting go of needing to hold on to any kind of fear. Okay? And stop hermiting, and now you want to connect by coming out of your isolation. Now that you've come to the light, being wise in being alone and centering your energy, centering your knowledge, becoming more wise, now you can come out with what you've learned and help others learn the same. Okay? All right, so we're just coming up to the new moon, but there's some kind of full moon energies that keep coming up because of the eclipse energy that we just experienced. So even though it's a new moon, I'm getting kind of full moon energies, because this isn't the first time this has come up, with positive energies, because this is all about completion and the sealed divine feminine coming full circle. This is really about full illumination of the divine feminine and her power, and having come full circle, she has completed the process. And this is the masculines howling at the moon. And I told you in my other read the other day that the 8-8 Lion's Gate, which is like that tiger with the lion's heart at the underlying energy of the read, they're aiming towards 8-8 because that is the opening of the gate of the wild beasts, right? So the wild Arabian horses who you have to keep caged until they're able to settle down. It's that, you keep coming back with the wild beast very calmly and gently until they neutralize, just like taming a wild horse. Once they neutralize in the cage where they won't hurt themselves, freaking out, then it's time to open the gate. Well, Lion's Gate is going to be a huge stampede coming out of divine masculines is the energy, okay? So this is all leading up to that. And then that leads up to the full moon, which is, around the 15th or something? So this next few weeks is major, 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 coming full circle, completion point. But also look at all this energy with the full moon energy, even though it's a new moon. There's full moon energy coming out here. And there's the lobster getting in there to howl with the others. So we brought this up too, like when you can't beat them, join them. Okay? Diffuse the situation. Beautiful. And there's the quest for the impossible dream. The masculines coming out of the gate and offering their big old gold coin to their twin, the left, the feminine, offering a new life to the divine feminine, and her choosing yes. Her choosing herself first, but yes to her masculine, who is her other self. And knowing that you can work things out, give up the battle. You don't need to protect your old wounds, they're no longer a part of you. You've done all the shadow work to clear them all out. Okay? It's about the new way of commitment, spirituality, looking outside the box for the twins, okay? There's nothing wrong with the traditional, but this is about the new being brought in now as well to the mix. And also the divorces that need to be had for the twins to come together, okay? And that just confirms that. This is about these two together. That's divorce, okay? So all the commitments that need to be transmuted or broken, or all the cords that you need to, release around you as well, any attachments from past lives, vows, promises, anything like that needs to be released, okay? And this is the coming clean, okay? After any sneakiness, cheating, lying, whatever it was, the risk-taking, now coming clean with it. There's still maybe a little sneakiness with this card just because it shows up, but this is coming clean. About the rejection, the hurt, the sadness, the shyness, okay? This is a child. This is a very young child who is a crybaby because they're a baby. They're still emotionally this age. all right? Someone who's traumatized and their growth gets stunted. So sometimes people have physical stunting. Well, this is emotional stunting because they were so traumatized. So it's not about calling people names like crybaby, right? Or spoiled brat. Those are names that label people and just hurt people more, because we all know we've all been called those names when we were young as twin flames, okay? So don't do that to others, all right? This is someone who's been rejected and is very hurt. Do what you can for them, but don't allow them to abuse you. But this energy isn't abusive. It's a Page of Cups. It's a little kid. And as well as the King of Pentacles reversed. You know, this could be attached to that Page of Cups reversed. This could have been the abuser, the greedy person. Or this could just be someone who's ungrounded because of the hurt they experienced as a child, okay? So with no emotional maturity, you only focus on money because you don't get the love part. That was taken away from you, okay? So have compassion for everyone. There you go. Spontaneous compassion for all that blows their mind so that everyone can understand what love is all of the time. And be happy. Come in. One sec. There's someone at my door. And then we have the Queen of Wands in her power. So the karmic as well. You have to allow her to be happy as well. Everyone deserves love and happiness. And the Knight of Wands. Okay? Coming in fast to express their passion. And that's it, guys. The bottom of the deck is rising above, okay, levitating, coming out of the cold, recovering, okay, rising above all of this. That's where we're coming out of, being the angel, taking one step at a time. Drink your water, get your rest, be joyful, rise and be loved.